It's a beautiful morning. Sun is shining. Great time for some Downeys final score Canadian football. So just continuing my 1989 replay. I'm in week 18, last week of the season. Getting excited. The season's almost over and then into playoffs. Maybe I'll just quickly go over the last week's standings here. So in the West, Edmonton leading at 15-2. Edmonton had a powerhouse team that year. Saskatchewan at 11-6. BC 8-8, and Calgary not far behind at 7-10. And on the east side, we have Hamilton at 11-5-1. I'm sorry, BC up here was 8-8-1. There was a tie. Toronto in second at 8-9, and then the bottom dwellers in the east, Winnipeg 4-12-1, and Ottawa at 3-13-1. So let's just get right to it here. Sorry, I just got my scoring charts. Let me just spread these around a bit. Got my big quarter chart and my OT chart to go over there. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let's just get going here. We're looking at, first game of the week is, first game this week is the Ticats at the Argos, and Hamilton with the M rating, Toronto with the K rating, so fairly close. And we are reading the M die first. So quarter one, Ticats with the 31, M31, 6 points on the board. So maybe a couple of field goals there by Paul Osbaldiston. Toronto on the K rating, 55. Good roll, 55. 7 points, so touchdown on the board for Toronto. So after one quarter, Argonauts 7, Ticats 6. Let's look at this game here quickly too. Yeah, so Hamilton, Toronto, first and second place teams playing here. Last game of the season, even Toronto with the win, they can't get first place, and Winnipeg's got the 4-12-1 record. So Toronto is guaranteed second place, guaranteed a home playoff spot. It's kind of a nothing game, but teams always want to go out on a strong note, and also Hamilton and Toronto, they're going to be playing each other most likely. I'm just looking at Winnipeg 4-12-1. Anything can happen, but most likely Toronto is going to be going to Hamilton to play for the Eastern Division title. So, both teams here want to set the tone. All right, Ticats 61. Good roll. M61. Yeah, that's 10 points. And Toronto with a 54. K 554 at 7. Another touchdown. So at the half, we're looking at the Hamilton Tigercats 16, Toronto Argonauts 14, so fairly close, like I said. All right, Hamilton 55, another good roll on the road, M55. That's 10 more points. So Mike Kerrigan throwing some touchdowns here. Toronto with a 31, K31, 3 points. So Hamilton with the lead now, 26-17. Hamilton last roll 62, another good roll on the M chart, 62, another 10 points. I don't think Toronto can come back here. K, the most they can get is 14, so that'd be 14, 20, 31. Yeah, they could if they roll really high here. So 42 on the K chart is 6 points. And so our final. Hamilton Tigercats 36. Toronto Argonauts, what's that, 14-23, 36-23. So the Ticats with, a good solid win there. Moving on, Calgary Stampeders at the BC Lions. And I guess Calgary can't. Even with Calgary wins, they're 8-10. But BC has 8 wins also, but they have the tie, which is worth a point. So Calgary can't get ahead of BC to grab that last playoff spot. And BC, even if they win, they can't get ahead of Saskatchewan. So BC is going to be visiting Saskatchewan, but Calgary are playing for some pride here. So, and you can see the ratings are O and N, fairly close. So let's see what happens. Oh, a bad start for Calgary. And we are on the O rating. That's 2 points. So they get a safety, I guess, against BC. Oh, look, and BC with poor roll too. N13 is 0. Actually, Calgary taking the lead on a slow start for both teams. Not what they want heading into the playoffs next week. Calgary 46, O 46. And that's 7 points. So Danny Barrett throwing a touchdown there. Who's he throwing to? Maybe Larry Willis. Larry Willis caught a few that season. And ooh, good roll for BC. It's at 62 under the N rating. 62, 14 points. So Matt Dunnigan chucking a couple of touchdowns there, getting his arm nice and warmed up for next week's playoffs. Ooh, look, Calgary 65, oh, 65, 17 points. You know, Danny Barrett and his crew, they're like, we're not done yet. So, yeah, solid points there. Let's see what BC gets here on this roll. Oh, wow, 66. We're looking at N66, and that's 17. So they matched them for these third quarter points. And run into fourth quarter, 32, oh, 32. It's only 6 points. Just throw a couple of, maybe they scored a touchdown and went for the 2-point conversion and missed it. I mean, not that would have mattered anyway. This one is pretty much over. 34, N34, 6 points. BC with a couple of field goals there. Lou Bisaglia with his iron leg there, putting a couple through. So the final here, Calgary Stampeders. What are we looking at? 17, 26, 26, 32. BC Lions, that'll be 20, 37. So actually pretty close, 37, 32, but BC on top there. All right, let's go on to Winnipeg Blue Bombers at Ottawa Rough Riders. I almost said Red Blacks there. But back in the day, Ottawa Rough Riders and the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, both teams with the same moniker, which was always kind of funny, but it's always funny when they met, and it was the Battle of the Rough Riders. All right, here we go. Ottawa 3-13-1. You know, this is interesting because if Ottawa wins, they could tie Winnipeg for points, and they could tie them for points, but then I'd have to look back to see what the season record was between them, and I don't really know. I didn't look before the game here, but let's just roll this up. You know, Ottawa's on the H rating compared to L, so we're talking like 4 spots on the scoring charts there. So yeah, let's roll it up and see what happens. It'll be interesting. Oh, 54, L 54, and that's the 7 points. So Salisbury with the touchdown. All right, let's go with Salisbury. I don't know who that was to. Maybe Randy Faddy. Yeah. 41, H41. H, where are we looking at? 41, H. 6 points. 6. All right. So Paul Osbaldiston with a couple of field goals. They are in this. It's only 1 point. 41, L41. We're looking at 6 points. So Winnipeg with a couple of field goals. Trevor Kennard getting his leg ready there, hopefully for the playoffs. Hopefully they're thinking. And 45, H45. H, 6 points. So it's a 1-point game at the half, 13-12 for Winnipeg. Only one major scored by the Bombers. Ottawa needs to get on the board with some majors here. Let's roll over here and see what comes up. 25. So L25. That's 3 points. So a field goal. That's all they can muster. All right, Ottawa, what do you got here in response? A 43. H43. Sometimes these charts are hard to read. H43 is 6. And look at that. Ottawa 18. Winnipeg 16. Ottawa up by 2. Comes down to the fourth quarter here. Ottawa fans are cheering hard for their team. And oh boy, a 12. Winnipeg L12. L12 is a, it could be a 1-pointer. Okay, this happened to me last time. I haven't played this in a bit, and I don't remember what we do here on the 1-pointer, so I have to pull up the rules really quickly. Let's see what I can find. Special scoring chart designations. When a 1 asterisk is revealed on the chart, roll a single die. Roll a 1, 2, or 3, the team scored a point. Otherwise, they scored 0. So I gotta roll a die, and it's 1, 2, or 3, they scored the single. No, they do not. They are shut out. Ottawa's defense comes up big in the fourth quarter. This game is Ottawa's. They've won. Let's see what they scored here. But big, huge game for them. 23. That's H23. 23. And they got shut out too. But they were able to hold on. The Ottawa Rough Riders 18. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 16. They win the game. They're tied in points with Ottawa. I'm going to have to go back and have a look to see who makes this playoff spot. I guess my next video will determine that. But yeah, that's crazy, because I think in the original, I don't think I have the original standings here. But sorry, I'll do a comparison next video about how my game turned out here and how the actual results and the standings turned out. But I seem to recall Ottawa was like they only won 2 that season. Bottom dwellers, and just horrible season for them. But hey, in this replay, look at that. Right, let's move on. Saskatchewan Rough Riders at Edmonton Eskimos. This game is also kind of meaningless, so they're probably throwing some backups in there. BC can't catch up to Saskatchewan, so both teams just prepping for the playoffs here. And look at the ratings. It's I and T. They are like they're like this far apart on the scoring range. I don't think they can win. But hey, Edmonton has lost already, but they're at home. So let's just roll here. 26, so I-26. I. That's 3 points. So field goal for Saskatchewan. Edmonton, oh boy, 56. T56. 50. 17. So look at that. After one at 17-3, Edmonton is flexing their muscles. They're letting them know, hey, that nothing, this is what's going to be like next week, Rough Rider, so get used to it. So Tracy Ham probably throwing a couple of touchdowns there. I don't know, Stephon Jones and maybe Blake Marshall catch one out of the backfield or something. So yeah, okay, let's keep rolling here. 24, I-24. That's 3 points. So Saskatchewan on the board again with another field goal. Dave Ridgway with getting his only points for the Riders here. 43, T43. 10 more points. So they're just getting crushed. 27-6. Riders. Oh, 14. I-14. Yeah, that's a goose egg there. It's almost like they didn't show up. So, or maybe it's almost, maybe they do have the backups in, and they don't really care about this game. Oh man, 66. T66. 21 points. Tracy Ham is just schooling the Saskatchewan defense. Saskatchewan 23, but they're getting all the poor rolls. Maybe they're saving it for the playoffs. So they get another field goal, Ridgway. And Edmonton with the 36. T36. Another 7 points. Tracy Ham is just blowing bombs. So Saskatchewan Riders 9. I need a calculator for this one. 21, 30. Sorry. That's 3, 4, 5, 7s are 35, 45. Sorry. 21 and 14 is 35, 45. Yeah, 55, 9. Wow. What a walloping. Crazy. Okay, that's week 18. I'll put the standings together, and next video will be beginning of the playoffs. Yeah, wow, what a crazy week. Okay, crazy Ottawa. They might be in it. I'll have to check that out. See who won that season series. Okay, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.